Welcome back to the Relius Reviews. Today's review is focused on Animal Kingdom Season 5, Episode 13, entitled Launch. And the official synopsis of the final episode of Season 5 is: the Cody family uses all their tools, tricks, and vehicles to pull out the job of their lives and settle all scores. A deadly secret from the past is revealed. And before I give up my review, please like and subscribe and comment and tell me what I should review next. And I will have to say, with that ending, golly, that was a huge ending in my honest opinion. Season 6 is about to be crazy with that discovery. So the episode starts off with just a flashback scene of young Smurf entering what would eventually be the Cody house. And she's just browsing around while the people who apparently own the house are not around anywhere. And Smurf is just enjoying what she's going to make her new home. Then the next day rolls around. She is talking to Jake. They're just talking about different things until the police show up with young Pope and Julia as they were caught at 7-Eleven trying to pickpocket a couple of folks and everything, and they got caught. As Smurf has been teaching them how to pickpocket folks out of their wallets and stuff. Jake, on the other hand, he is not feeling that at all, as he feels as if Smurf should be a better influence to her kids. But then, long story short, Smurf tells Jake to leave, and I think that is probably the last time we'll see Jake in the flashbacks and everything. And then Smurf continues to belittle them as she somewhat mocks them, tells them how much of a failure they are when they're getting caught when it comes to pickpocketing. And this is where I believe the stages of where Julia starts to resent her mother is coming from, as Smurf in this episode was actually a piece of garbage when it came to many of the different things. Duran talks to a couple of Craig's friends, those teenagers, and gives them a set of keys as they are going to be a part of the job as well. Frankie and Craig, they talk. Frankie tries to help Craig with detoxing from all the drugs and alcohol. And Craig keeps telling Frankie to not worry about this job as everything will go smoothly and all that type of stuff. And it is time officially for the job, as everyone has different positions of where they're supposed to be when it comes to this job. And everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing. And when they first get part of the dock and everything, the boys snatch up one of the workers, put him in the back of the huge truck, and Jay takes his place. Duran, he is a part of a boat cleaning service, and he is pretending to clean one of the boats. Meanwhile, Pope and Craig are doing the dangerous job, which is breaking into vaults, trying to find a safe, and taking all of that money. And everything starts to go smooth at first until one of the port workers starts noticing smoke coming out of one of the vaults. And Jay causes a distraction to make sure that nobody gets caught. And what happens is that, long story short, they all have to make a run for it. They all get, Pope and Craig, they all get the money. They get the money and everything, but they all have to make a run for it. They all have to escape from the port workers who have guns. Craig's friends, they help distract the police for some time being until they can no longer. And t-shirts was about to be made for Jay, as the boys were way further ahead than him, but Jay was somehow able to make it to them, and they all tried to escape. And they all escape like freaking GTA 5 missions. I think the missions of Daddy's Little Girls and Hood Safari, where they all escaped on jet skis and boats, and somehow, some way, the boys were able to freaking escape from the police successfully with over $1.2 million in hand. Smurf shows the kids the Cody house, and Pope, he's excited, of course, but Julia, at the same time, she's not really excited, but she just has a lot of different questions, as in what is her mama doing to make this type of money to move into a new house. Smurf tells her not to worry. They all go for a swim and everything else. The boys are counting the money, making sure that they have everything. They give Frankie her share of the money. Frankie and Craig talk, and long story short, Frankie basically leaves. And part of me really thinks as if like she's gone for good, like she's not going to be back for season 6. But you really never know, because this time in this season, Frankie was acting extremely fearful, like somebody or someone was coming after her. And now she has enough money to disappear for good. And if she doesn't return for season 6, then Frankie, it was real. And then the moment we've all been waiting for, Jay and Pope confront Pete about the coke, and it seems as if like they're going to have like a somewhat of like a tense discussion, as Pete mentions that ever since Smurf has gotten killed, things has never been the same, and Pete doesn't seem to respect Pope, Jay, or any of the Codys ever since Smurf has been killed, has been gone for a long time. And to show that Pope is still a psychopath, Pope basically takes out one of Pete's eyes as he puts him in a chokehold, gets some pliers, pulls out Pete's eye, and basically says that he needs to do something or else he's going to come back and it's going to be something serious. And what they did, I don't know how much that's going to bite them in the butt, because now that I think about it, and what people have been saying on the Reddit forums is that Pete may have a lot of connections. And what Pope did, Pete is definitely going to call some people up to want to take out the Codys, because I think he lost his eye. I don't think he has that eye anymore. Meanwhile, one of Ren's friends goes to Craig's place to try to get Ren's stuff, but Craig is not having it. And he finds out where Ren is located at and everything else. So sometime later during the same day, the boys all have family dinner, and they just talk about other properties, about life itself. And it seems as if like the boys are on like a positive note with each other. But a shocking discovery has been made, as Catherine, Baz's wife from season 1, her body has been discovered, and police now knows that she's from Oceanside. They have her ID, and so that is how the season basically ends. I felt like this was not a bad season at all. It wasn't the best, but also at the same time, it wasn't the worst, as I felt like it was toned down quite a bit when it came to the craziness and some of like the jobs that they did. I'd say some of my favorite moments from this episode would probably have to be Pete, Pope, Jay, the confrontation, Pete getting his eye stabbed out and everything. Now, I did not expect for that to happen. I thought that they were just going to talk, have a civil discussion. And I just felt like Pope may have gone way overboard with the eye stabbing. Like, even Jay's facial expression seemed as if like we was just trying to confront him. We wasn't trying to do all of that. Like, what are you doing? The job, of course, it went sideways. And how Jay escaped and everything, that was crazy as its own. But nonetheless, it was still pretty good. Catherine's body being discovered, I'm kind of glad that they decided to go back towards one of the old storylines that wasn't resolved. And I really did expect that it was going to be one of the cousins that Pope killed in the first episode of this season to be discovered, but it really wasn't. That was really a surprising twist in my opinion. And what I think is going to happen in season 6 is that I think the downfall of the Codys is definitely going to happen, with now the police are on their trail, the body of Catherine being discovered. Like, their downfall is definitely going to happen in season 6. Pete, he's definitely going to get killed off next season. Ever since what Pope did to him, Pete is very liable to have some connections to call, and most likely try to have the Codys killed and everything, because that was really mind-boggling. I didn't think Pope was going to go that far, but he did. And so, yeah. When it comes to Ren, she's going to come back in season 6, of course. But that cop as well. Dirty Cop Chadwick, I think that we have not seen the last of him in this season because I think his story is far from over with the Codys. I was actually surprised that Pamela did not have more of like a bigger appearance in this season. Maybe she comes back for the next season, who knows? But out of all, Animal Kingdom season 5 was really not a bad season. You definitely did have a lot of good moments, crazy moments, some surprising plot twists and everything. And I really cannot wait for season 6 and what happens next. So thank you for watching, and until next time, everybody, goodbye.